News 3 now at 8. With more than 1 million votes already cast in 10 days until the election, President Trump is getting ready to rally in Wisconsin for the second weekend in a row. And Badger football is back 1 year after a shocking loss in Champaign. The team finally gets their revenge overnight. Just ahead, the highlights from the first fanless game.
This is News 3 Now this morning.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Saturday. It's October 24th. We like to start every Saturday morning show with a good news story, and today we have two reasons to celebrate. Wisconsin won big overnight. We will bring you those highlights in just a little bit. But we're also just an hour away from the virtual kickoff of this year's Susan G. Komen More Than Pink Walk. It's the reason we're wearing pink this morning. 1 in 8 women will be diagnosed with breast cancer during her lifetime. It can never be easy to hear the words "you have cancer," but imagine hearing them now during a pandemic when you're at the doctor's office alone because no one is allowed to be with you. That's why these women and these walkers need your support this year in particular. Registration is still open, so you can sign up, join a team, or donate to one. All of the money raised stays local and helps pay for breast cancer treatments for Wisconsin women. The virtual opening ceremony starts at 9 o'clock this morning. And the great part about this race, because it's virtual, you can get out and you can walk at whatever time you want.
Yeah.
So
whatever pace you want, however far you want to go.
And whatever the weather is nicest.
Yeah, and I mean, it's going to be on the chilly side today, so that's the only downside. But I mean, still get out there and walk just a little bit if you can.
Bring your pink coat.
Bring your pink coat. Yeah, definitely. We are going to see temperatures staying into the 30s for honestly much of today. We have the cloud cover in place right now over Madison. 34 degrees, the temperature. Not really going anywhere from there. We're going to see a high today, topping out right around 40 degrees. So honestly, we're stuck in the 30s pretty much all day today. Across southern Wisconsin, most of us are into the 30s. A little bit cooler to the north and west where we had clear skies overnight, down into the middle to upper 20s around Viroqua at 28 degrees, 35 in Lone Rock, and 36 now in Janesville. And looking at our weekend forecast, chilly, that's the word to describe the weekend. We will see the chance for some rain and snow showers building in on Sunday, so get ready for that. It's not going to be a lot, nothing like we had last year in October, but we're going to at least see some minor accumulations.
I am not ready.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's really ready for it, but it's coming.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess we'll check back in a few minutes.
Sounds
Thank you, Aaron. With just 10 days until the election, Time magazine is replacing its logo on the cover of this weekend's copy with an imperative singular vote. It's the first time Time has ever done this. The magazine's editor says it's both a call to action for readers and a mission statement for the issue, which covers the final days of the campaign. This is the first weekend you can vote in-person absentee here in Wisconsin. More than 1 million people have already cast their ballots across the state. Many people plan to vote early, hoping for shorter lines and more coronavirus protection than they might get on Election Day. If you are voting early, you can still expect to wait, though. This is video of the lines outside Meadow Ridge Library on Raymond Road earlier this week. In-person absentee voting is now available through next Sunday, November 1st. We have a list of voting locations and times posted on our website, channel3000.com. Make sure you bring a valid ID with you when you vote. Whether it's early in person or on Election Day, the address on your ID does not have to match your current address, but your name does have to match what the clerk has in their poll book. We also have a full list of these requirements on our website, along with a lot of other election resources. You can find those by clicking on the elections bar at the top of our homepage. And a reminder, you can still request an absentee ballot if you haven't already, but you'll need to act quickly. The deadline to request a ballot is this coming Thursday, October 29th. President Trump will be back in Wisconsin tonight for a campaign event in Waukesha. The president will speak at a Make America Great Again rally at Stein Aircraft Services. This will be Trump's 5th visit to the Badger State since August. An average of the most recent polls shows Biden has a slight lead in our swing state. Biden is campaigning in another battleground, Pennsylvania, making multiple stops there today. Two coronavirus headlines now. Wisconsin is one of 38 states now seeing more people end up in the hospital. That number more than tripled in the last month. All 3 of the COVID units at UW Hospital are now full. The CDC is strongly recommending people wear masks while on airplanes, trains, buses, and in taxis to prevent the virus from spreading even more. While hospitalizations are up, there's a promising trend. More people who need medical treatment are recovering. 2 new peer-reviewed studies show a sharp drop in death rates across all age groups, including older patients with underlying conditions, while healthcare providers are seemingly getting better at treating the illness and more people are surviving it as a result. Doctors warn this doesn't make the virus any less dangerous. Wisconsin is still in the red zone with hospitals statewide nearing or at capacity. Health experts are asking everyone to stay home this weekend, except to pick up essentials like groceries and to always wear a mask while around other people. With so many new cases, local contact tracers can't keep up. Now they're changing how they're notifying people who've been tested, shifting to what they call a crisis model.
You can't assume you're healthy and not spreading COVID-19. We can't tell you if you've been exposed and are at risk of having COVID-19. You need to reduce your risk through your actions.
Moving forward, health officials will contact people who test positive, but they will no longer be able to follow up with everyone who came in contact with someone else who tested positive. That's why it's on all of us to stay safe and stay apart. This week, the CDC redefined what that really means. The country's top health officials are expanding their definition of what counts as close contact to include shorter but repeated encounters. They say not only are you likely to get the virus if you spend a solid 15 minutes within 6 feet of someone who's tested positive, but shorter repeated contact that add up to 15 minutes also puts you at high risk. Another area of concern right now is the economy. Governor Tony Evers is warning if we don't turn around this weeks-long surge, the economy will tank. Many people are out of work again with stricter capacity limits back in place at restaurants and bars, but there are several places looking to hire. People working in the healthcare and senior living field say the coronavirus is only making their pre-existing workforce shortage worse. More than 20% of all caregiver positions in the state are vacant. As more baby boomers grow older and need care, filling those jobs is more important than ever.
Despite the challenges of being a caregiver and a long-term care provider, the rewards are pretty significant in terms of the contributions that you're able to make to improve quality of life.
Locally, Elders Pan Management, which runs All Saints neighborhood on the city's west side, has a variety of entry-level jobs open. We have more information posted on our website. CVS is also hiring. The company is trying to add 10,000 pharmacy technicians ahead of flu season. The new employees will help administer COVID tests and give flu shots. CVS is also recruiting several thousand work-from-home customer service reps. If you're interested, you can apply online and take an online virtual job tryout. Speaking of the flu, don't forget to get your shot. Local doctors are reminding everyone to take the flu especially seriously this year, while also understanding its differences from the coronavirus. Dr. Jeff Pothoff from UW Health is clearing up some common flu myths. Many people think the flu shot can protect you against the stomach flu. That isn't true. Dr. Pothoff says the stomach flu is associated with the gastrointestinal tract, while the flu causes respiratory symptoms like fever and cough. Dr. Pothoff is also reminding people that while the flu is a serious virus, it is not more dangerous than COVID-19.
Even in our very worst influenza seasons, we do not see nearly the amount of death that we are seeing with COVID-19. If you have a choice between COVID-19 and the influenza, I take influenza 7 days a week and twice on Sunday.
Another myth, you don't need to get the flu vaccine every year. Again, not true, because the strain of influenza changes over time. The vaccine formula changes every year, making it important to get a new flu shot every fall. Well, it was 370 days in the making, but the Badgers finally got their revenge overnight, beating the Illini under the lights on their home turf. Camp Randall looked and sounded a lot different than usual. No fans jumping around in the stands, just some cardboard buckyboards. But that didn't seem to make much of a difference. Redshirt freshman quarterback Graham Mertz was, in a word, perfect, tying a school record by completing 17 straight passes as he became the first Wisconsin freshman to start at QB in a season opener since 1978. The Badgers defense also looked like one of the best in the country again as it held Illinois to just 218 yards. Number 14, Wisconsin won big, 45-7. Next up, the Badgers head to Nebraska on Saturday, 1 week from now, to take on the Cornhuskers in Lincoln. Kickoff is at 2:30. Before you head out to the grocery store this morning, there's a new pickup program you should know about. Amazon is expanding its 1-hour grocery pickup program to all of its 500 Whole Foods locations, including the one here in Madison on University Avenue. The program is free for Prime members on orders of $35 or more. And if you're more of a farmer's market shopper like me, good news for you. Not only can you shop at the outdoor market this morning, you can do so for another full month. The Dane County Farmers Market's outdoor season will now run through November 21st, a couple weeks longer than initially planned. Organizers say it's been a very hard year for local farmers and small food businesses. You can help support them during the walk-up market on Willow Island at the Alliant from 9:30 until 12:30 this morning, and every Wednesday between 3 and 6. Many vendors are now selling pumpkins and pies, which pair perfectly with this weather. As we go to break, let's take a live look outside over the Capitol as the sun comes up on this chilly morning. Aaron will tell us how long these temperatures will stick around in his full forecast next.
How urban voters could help sway the outcome in Wisconsin, Monday at 10.
Donald Trump is lying again. Joe Biden will not raise taxes on anyone making under $400,000. Biden will close tax loopholes for big corporations. Trump's tax cut giveaway exploded our debt, so he's threatening Social Security and Medicare. Biden will make the wealthy and big corporations pay their fair share, so we can protect Social Security and Medicare and invest in schools and health care.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
I'm a mom, a grandma, and a business owner. Our family repaired 3 barns and a 100-year-old farmhouse for our small business. I was raised to believe in hard work and that a person's word is sacred. As your assemblywoman, I'll work hard for our small towns and family farms, to rebuild our schools and main streets, and be your fiscal watchdog to make sure our tax dollars come back to work for us here at home.
When you put money in a big bank, there it goes. But when you keep your money at Associated Bank, it gets invested close to home. It might become this family's renovation or help this little one's college fund. It could build local business or your favorite neighborhood spot. Because when you bank with Associated Bank, your money works in your community. All you have to do is make a simple choice. Send your money there or keep it here. Associated Bank. Your money works here.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we live where you live, so we know getting ready for winter is essential. We're your cold weather experts with everything you need to gear up for the cold, snowy weather ahead. Like 25% off zero exposure outerwear for the family. Keep workspaces warm with this Dynaglow heater, $99.99. And save $100 on all Cub Cadet snow throwers. Plus, buy online and pick up your items in our convenient drive-thru. You don't even need to get out of your car.
Find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Do you take daily prescription pain medications, but they don't help enough? Do you want more options to better manage chronic pain? University of Wisconsin-Madison STAMP Study offers free, safe, therapeutic programs to address chronic pain. The programs occur once a week for 8 weeks and pays up to $340. Call 608-212-6902 today. Again, that's 608-212-6902.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Welcome back on this Saturday morning. The time is now 8:13, and we are tracking the chance for some rain and snow showers building into southern Wisconsin going into the day on Sunday and into Monday. And I'll time that out here in just a moment. But as we look over Madison right now, we have the clouds in place, and that's going to be the trend for most of today. I think we'll get a little bit of sunshine here this afternoon, but otherwise, it is going to be on the chilly side. 34 degrees now. We're not going to really warm up much at all, as most of the area is into the 30s. 36 in Janesville. 34 in Watertown, a little bit colder to the north and west where we had clear skies, down to 28 degrees in Viroqua, 32 in the Dells, and 30 in Camp Douglas. Now, as we look off to the west right now, there are some winter weather alerts in place for this weekend. Across the parts of South Dakota into Nebraska, this area in purple, that is a winter weather advisory. Areas around Sioux Falls could see about 3 to 6 inches of snow accumulation. In pink, that is a winter storm warning, as those areas likely to see over 6 inches of snow accumulation going through tomorrow and into Monday. Meanwhile, down in parts of Colorado, we still have those fires burning to the north and west of Denver. The east, troublesome fire that is still very active this morning. Likely going to be continuing. The firefighters are doing a lot of efforts out there to put out the fires. And the good news is we are going to see some moisture building into Colorado going through today into tomorrow and Monday. So hopefully this will help the firefighters out there put out some of those fires that have been burning for the last few days. You can see the snow already falling in parts of Wyoming into South Dakota. Eventually, some of this will build into Wisconsin for the day on Sunday. Not really expecting a lot. It's going to be very minor, very light snow that moves in for tomorrow. We can see that here on Future Track. Going through today, I think we will get a little bit of sunshine this afternoon. Still on the chilly side, temperatures into the 30s and 40s. More clouds coming in for tonight, and eventually we'll start to see some light snow moving in. You can see that here right around noontime on Sunday around Viroqua, up towards La Crosse, starting to see some more light snow overspreading the area. Overall, accumulations, if we do see any, are going to be minor, generally less than 1 inch. So first, at least a potential for some minor accumulation for the season. 40 degrees the high for today. We will see temperatures a little bit colder as we go into Sunday. Rain and snow showers building in, a high of 38 degrees on your Sunday and Monday. We do start to dry out as we get towards Tuesday, 38 degrees. Back into the 40s as we get towards the end of the week, and Halloween looking dry. I think 47 the high right now. Could see 50s. There is potential for that, so a little bit warmer going into next weekend.
And I think part of the reason this week was a little bit of a bummer because it was so dreary. It was supposed to be peak season for all the leaves.
Yeah, I mean, the peak season, is that this time of year, and we did have a lot of colors the last couple of weeks, so it was nice to see that when we actually had some sunshine, some drier conditions, but the last few days, not really the greatest.
With all the wind, too, it kind of just knocked all the leaves off.
Yeah, so.
Better luck next year. That's the motto of 2020.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you, Aaron.
Sure thing.
After last Sunday's tough loss against Tampa, Matt LaFleur says his Packers have been working hard to make sure that does not happen again. And by that, he means both losing and getting blown out. Coach says teams go one of two ways after a performance like that. They either bounce back or they turn one loss into two. That's something LaFleur is not going to let happen.
Anytime you get punched in the mouth like that and really beaten handily in all three phases, you've got to be critical of yourself and learn from your mistakes. And the big thing that we cannot allow this loss to lead into a bad performance versus a really talented Houston Texans team.
One of those talents is former Badger J.J. Watt. Watt and the Texans are having a tough year of their own, having already fired their coach after an 0-4 start. Kickoff is tomorrow at noon. And it's the perfect weekend to stay inside and watch that game or to check out one of Will Loper's 3 Things to Watch. Plus, we'll tell you where you can find Charlie Brown now that his holiday specials are no longer airing on broadcast TV. Trending news is next.
Early voting is open in Wisconsin. You can same-day register and vote at an early voting site near you. Bring your photo ID when you go. The Democratic National Committee is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Attention homeowners, we started with 50, then 30. Now we've reached the final days looking for 20 homeowners who need a new bath or shower. We want to evaluate our showers and walk-in tubs in real homes for safety and convenience. Convert your old bath into a new walk-in shower or choose a walk-in tub with relaxing hydrotherapy. Call Mad City Baths, Wisconsin's #1 ranked remodeler. Final days to be one of 20 homeowners who save with 75% off labor, plus 60 months no interest. Receive a bonus $100 Walmart gift card with purchase, and you'll be compensated for your time. Call during this program for a $50 Amazon gift card with your free in-home estimate. Throughout Madison and South Central Wisconsin, have your zip code and location ready to qualify. Dial 608-729-4466. That's 608-729-4466.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
This election is about building this country back better. And that's what Joe and I will do. We'll create millions of jobs. Bring back critical supply chains so the future is made in America. Build on the Affordable Care Act. Offer caregivers the dignity, the respect, and the pay they deserve. We have a chance to choose a better future for our country.
1, 2, 3,
Right now, you can get 0% APR for 60 months on a new 2020 Camry, or get 0% APR for 60 months on a new RAV4. Toyota, let's go places.
Great day on the lake.
It is.
Lunch is cooking. And I saved a bunch of money on my boat insurance with Geico.
Oh, yeah?
Fellas, can it get any better than this? Whoa. My old hairstyle grew back.
So did mine.
What? I was an 80s kid.
It only gets better when you switch and save with Geico.
Early voting is open in Wisconsin. You can same-day register and vote at an early voting site near you. Bring your photo ID when you go. The Democratic National Committee is responsible for the content of this advertising.
No, you didn't miss it. For the first time in almost 60 years, the Halloween classic, It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, is not airing on broadcast TV. But you can still watch it for free. The classic animated film is now available on the streaming service Apple TV Plus under a new partnership with the show's creators. However, Apple is making the show free for everyone on October 30th, 31st, and November 1st. No subscription required. And then starting on November 1st, you can keep the holiday magic alive and start watching Christmas movies thanks to Freeform. The TV channel, which was formerly known as ABC Family, is wasting no time launching its Kickoff to Christmas. Starting next Sunday and running all the way through Christmas Day, Freeform is showing several Christmas movies every day and night. Some notable picks: The Santa Claus Marathon on November 6th, Miracle on 34th Street on November 19th, and then 3 times next month, both Home Alone 1 and 2. Not everyone is as Christmas crazed as me. I understand. Will Loper does too. So here are his holiday free picks in this weekend's 3 Things to Watch.
Hi, Dad.
Hey, kiddo.
Newly streaming on Apple TV Plus this week is the film On the Rocks.
Yeah, Dean's traveling with clients all the time, and I'm just the buzzkill waiting to schedule things.
Sofia Coppola writes and directs the dramedy about the relationship between a father and daughter, played by Bill Murray and Rashida Jones, who work together to find out if Rashida's husband is cheating.
Got a lot going on. Do you?
He should be worshiping the ground you walk on. And if he's doing something dishonorable, you need to know.
What if Dean's just busy? I'm in a rut. That's it.
I think we should follow him.
What?
I think you better see him in action.
On the Rocks is streaming on Apple TV Plus now.
Here's the plaza. This is the place to have an affair. It has the most exits.
Exits on 3 streets.
Men are going to come along and want to teach you things. doesn't make them any smarter.
Newly streaming on Netflix is the miniseries The Queen's Gambit.
Tell the readers of life how it feels to be a girl among all those men.
I don't mind it. Chess isn't always competitive. Chess can also be beautiful.
Anya Taylor-Joy stars as a chess prodigy who seeks to become the best player in the world.
There's no player in the world as gifted as you are. There is one player that scares me. Who? The Russian.
All 6 episodes of The Queen's Gambit are streaming on Netflix now.
You've got your gift. And you've got what it costs.
I didn't know it, but there was a dark shadow looming nearby.
And finally, streaming on HBO Max is the movie The Witches.
Witches. They're real, and they hate children.
Anne Hathaway, Octavia Spencer, Stanley Tucci, and more star in the Roald Dahl adaptation about a boy and his grandmother who stumble upon a truly nefarious plan by witches.
I feared this was happening. Then here, that means the test is coming.
Ladies, I have a plan.
Alejandro, to transform a child into a mouse.
Why are we mouses?
Nice.
Whatever.
The Witches is streaming now on HBO Max.
Grandma, it's me.
Is that you, boy? We'll never let you get away with your filthy, evil plot.
Happy watching. Those are the 3 things you need to watch. And this is Will Loper for News 3 Now this morning.
If you have kids, that's a really good book, too. Looking ahead at some new releases coming later this fall, Rachel Brosnahan plays a 1970s suburban housewife forced to go on the run with her baby daddy after her criminal husband betrays her partners in the thriller I'm Your Woman.
I fell in love with this character on the page and her journey towards finding herself and towards understanding that no matter what we as an audience see from the very beginning, that she's not only capable, but capable of something extraordinary.
The role is a major departure from Brosnahan's popular Marvelous Mrs. Maisel character. I'm Your Woman kicked off the 2020 virtual AFI Film Festival and will start streaming on Amazon Prime December 11th.
About them songs I give you, they're not the right songs. I don't take them off your hands, Rita.
And that's a look at Chadwick Boseman in his final role as a trumpet player in the upcoming film Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. The movie tells the story of Ma Rainey, the mother of the blues, played by Viola Davis, who gathers with her band in a 1927 Chicago to record an album near the end of her career. Tensions flare up when Ma goes toe-to-toe with her manager over control of her music. Boseman died back in August of colon cancer. He was just 43 years old. You can watch his final performance in theaters next month and then on Netflix December 18th. And Stephen Colbert is partnering with Showtime for his second election night special, live from his virtual underground political bunker. The special is officially called, get ready for this, Stephen Colbert's Election Night 2020, Democracy's Last Stand, Building Back America Great Again, Better 2020. I think I said that correctly. It airs at 10 o'clock on Tuesday, November 3rd, again on Showtime. We've all heard by now that we need to keep our holiday celebrations small, but now doctors are advising we keep them short, too. The latest guidelines on how long your Thanksgiving dinner should last are coming up in our next half hour.
Tired of that old bath, the outdated colors, or climbing over the tub side? Mad City Baths can help. Our walk-in showers have a low threshold entrance with premium wall patterns like Canyon Rock, Sierra Sand, and more, installed in as little as 1 day. And our walk-in tubs offer safety and peace of mind.
Sit down, close the door, lock the door, and I'm fine. I'm safe and I'm happy because I know I'm not going to fall.
Here's another reason to call. 20 homeowners will get special savings on a new bath or shower. Final days for 75% off labor with 60 months no interest plus a bonus $100 Walmart gift card with purchase. We'll take before and after photos and compensate you for your time. Call during this program for a $50 Amazon gift card with your free in-home estimate. Call 608-729-4466 Mad City Baths.
Isn't it time you had a health insurance company that shares the same values as you? One that acts like a trusted health partner that not only offers easy access to the doctors, hospitals, and clinics of UW Health, but also sees the greater good in keeping us healthy in the first place. A company that understands that serving our community means serving all of our communities. Isn't it time you had Quartz? Quartz, health plans built with you in mind.
It's Chevy Truck Month. It's Deck Building Month. It's Toy Hauling Month. It's Explore New Ground Month. It's the month to get things done. Make it your own and make every month Chevy Truck Month.
Get a total value of $5,500 on this 2020 Silverado Crew Cab pickup. Plus, now during Truck Month, get a $1,000 accessory allowance towards the purchase of eligible accessories. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
He's erratic.
I have 5 different strategies. I could change any moment.
Refuses to lead.
I don't take responsibility at all.
Or rely on experts.
One day it's like a miracle. It will disappear.
Enough.
As president, I'll make you a promise. I'll protect America. I will defend us from every attack, seen and unseen, always, without exception, every time.
FFPAC is responsible for the content of this ad.
The Social Security Administration just released a report saying that if a plan like the one Trump is proposing goes into effect, the Social Security Trust Fund would be, and I quote, permanently depleted by the middle of calendar year 2023. Put it plainly, Trump's plan would wipe out Social Security. If I'm your president, we're going to protect Social Security and Medicare. You have my word. I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
This is News 3 Now This Morning.
Welcome back, everyone. Happy Saturday. It's October 24th. I'm Christina Laurie. We're following some breaking news overnight. Madison police are looking for a red SUV that they say was involved in a drive-by shooting early this morning. Officers say it happened shortly before 2 a.m. on South Stoughton Road, just south of Cottage Grove Road. They say one person was driving on South Stoughton when someone else shot at them multiple times. 4 bullets hit their car. 5 people were inside that car at the time, including a 12-year-old and a 14-year-old. Luckily, no one was injured. Anyone who may have been in that area at the time is asked to call Madison area Crime Stoppers. It's feeling a lot like the fall holidays outside this weekend, so let's change things up and get a check of our forecast. Hi, Aaron.
Hey, yeah, it certainly is feeling like fall and even a little bit like winter as we head into tomorrow. Now out to the west into South Dakota and Nebraska, they have winter weather alerts. We have a winter weather advisory in effect for the Sioux Falls area. That's that purple shaded area. They're expecting about 3 to 6 inches of snow accumulation. In pink, that is a winter storm warning, as they could see over 6 inches of snow accumulation through the next couple of days. Now here in Wisconsin, we are tracking the chance for some light snow to build in on Sunday. We can see that here on Future Track. Going through today, we'll see the clouds and a little bit of sunshine this afternoon. Still rather chilly with temperatures into the 30s and lower 40s. Then as we head towards tonight, we will see an increase in cloud cover, temperatures near or below freezing. But watch what happens as we get into Sunday morning, starting to see more clouds and even some light snow building in from the west into La Crosse and Viroqua, eventually moving into much of southern Wisconsin, and that's going to continue into Sunday night and Monday. Snow accumulation amounts generally less than 1 inch. Just a dusting on the grass, I think, is really what we can expect. Otherwise, for the weekend, looking at a high for 40, near 40 for today, 38 on your Sunday. And again, we're going to look at that chance for some light snow Sunday into Monday. And otherwise, we're keeping that chilly weather in the forecast for much of the week. And I'll have a look at that extended forecast coming up in just a bit.
Thank you, Aaron. It's not even Halloween yet, but farmers are already concerned about the next holiday, Thanksgiving, and an oversupply of birds. Turkey farmers say demand is down as retailers like Walmart stock up on smaller turkeys because of smaller family gatherings. Now farmers are trying to make sure their turkeys are the right size, so they're actually putting their birds on a diet and preparing to sell more hens, which are naturally smaller. Meanwhile, Wisconsin's DHS secretary is asking people to skip their annual Thanksgiving plans altogether. Secretary Andrea Palm says people should only celebrate with people who live in their home. This is in line with the latest CDC guidelines, which suggest if you still want to gather, try doing it virtually. Keeping celebrations small isn't the only concern this fall. You should also keep them short and, with everything going on politically, civil. Christine Lazar has the latest recommendation from physical and mental health doctors.
The holidays are already stressful, but what happens when you throw in an election year and a pandemic?
People are stressed to the limit.
Child and family psychotherapist Dr. Fran Walfish says our mental health needs to be a priority this holiday season. The best thing we can do is set boundaries for our holiday gatherings, what topics are up for discussion, and what safety precautions are required.
You have to decide with your partner what's your comfort level for you, your children, your family, your extended family. A lot of times it helps if you have a time limit, a start and ending time, so that you know it's only this amount of time we're together.
If you do decide to have an in-person family gathering, the state has issued guidelines. Gatherings with more than 3 households are prohibited. And the LA County Health Director says multifamily gatherings should only take place outside.
If you have to move inside, you need to stay with your own household. Gatherings are not permitted inside with members that aren't in your household, and for a very good reason. We're increasingly becoming aware of how much easier it is to transmit this virus indoors.
Family physician Natasha Bouillon with One Medical says you also need to consider who is on your guest list.
What are their own risk factors? Who are you actually going to interact with? Now, some people have high-risk jobs, some people are out and about, and they're at higher risk of contracting COVID.
You also need to consider the health of your guests.
Is grandma going to be coming? Is a guest going to be coming who's got a chronic condition?
Health experts discourage sharing food or singing or yelling, which increases the transmission risk, and masks must be worn.
If you plan to get tested before a family get-together, doctors say it's best to do that 48 hours in advance. They're also asking people to gather for less than 2 hours to limit their risk of exposure. It is 8:36 this morning. We're just hours away from the virtual kickoff of this year's More Than Pink Walk. And while it'll feel a lot different, its mission remains the same: to help local women fighting the disease pay their bills. Next, we'll hear the incredible story of one nurse from the UW who's been battling breast cancer herself for more than 4 years now.
Hey, Madison voters, don't let the pandemic suppress your vote. Create your safe voting plan now. You have options. Visit cityofmadison.com/clerk to create your safe voting plan today. Brought to you by the Madison City Clerk's Office.
Attention, fellow seniors. This election will determine your Medicare benefits. Under President Trump, Medicare premiums in Wisconsin have gone down 21%. But with the Biden-Harris healthcare plan, Medicare will change. Private insurance eliminated. Hospitals closed. You could even lose your doctor. Protect your Medicare coverage. Vote for President Trump. Learn more at seniorsbeware.com.
I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this message.
We aren't radical, so why would we want one representing us in Madison? Chris Marion is an extreme partisan liberal who's just fine with calling political opponents Nazis, dictators, and enemies. And Chris Marion wants to take more of your paycheck, too. Marion supports eliminating levy limits, causing property taxes to skyrocket, crushing families as they try to recover. And Marion backs the radical Green New Deal that will cost trillions, destroy jobs, and increase taxes. Chris Marion, just too radical.
It's very nice. It's updated, and it has a very easy to use aspect to it.
It's great. It works. I can't say any more than that. You know, it fits my lifestyle, and that's what I needed.
Mad City Baths is your trusted local source for high-quality baths and showers installed in as little as 1 day, infused with microban antimicrobial protection for easy cleaning. Mad City Baths has an A+ rating with the BBB and offers a double lifetime labor warranty. And these are the final days. 20 homeowners will receive 75% off labor, 60 months no interest, and receive a bonus $100 Walmart gift card with bath or shower purchase. Plus, we'll compensate you for your time. Call during this program for a $50 Amazon gift card with your free in-home estimate. 20 homeowners will save. Call 608-729-4466.
Hey, Madison voters, don't let the pandemic suppress your vote. Create your safe voting plan now. You have options. Visit cityofmadison.com/clerk to create your safe voting plan today. Brought to you by the Madison City Clerk's Office.
This election season, News 3 Now has been your source with the facts about the 2020 vote. We've shown you how to request and track your ballot. We've put the race in perspective, discovering where the candidates need to deliver to win in Wisconsin. It all leads to Election Day, where you can expect more facts, more in-depth analysis, more reporters gathering new details, more experts answering your questions, all led by a team you can trust. The News 3 Now team is ready for an election like no other.
October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and this morning, people all across Wisconsin are getting ready for Susan G. Komen's annual More Than Pink Walk. It's the organization's biggest fundraiser, and all of the money raised stays local, helping Madison area women pay for chemo, childcare, and transportation to and from treatment. They're really doing such great work. Lori Nelson is a 4-year cancer survivor, a thriver as we call it. She is living with stage 4 metastatic cancer. Lori, I love talking to you every year.
Hi, good morning. Thanks for talking to me again. I love to talk to you too.
You are such an inspiration for men and women across the area. Tell us a little bit about your personal fight with cancer. I know we check in with you every year, but for people who may have missed past years.
Sure. In the summer of June of 2016, I found a lump, and July of 2016, I went in and started the process of trying to figure out what this was. Had no intention or any thoughts that it actually could be cancer. I just thought it was something maybe associated with menopause or something. But inevitably, the process got started, and they found I had breast cancer. They initially it was contained to all the way, through the first couple months of finding out that it was actually stage 4 and it spread to my bones. I've had multiple surgeries, and for the last 4 years, I've been taking a couple of medications every day, and it's been able to sustain my life. And the cancer where it had spread is all scarred over and has not moved a muscle. So I'm doing good.
You are doing so good. Your positivity is what I love most about you. It really helps you get through this, I know. And you are also a nurse, so you're someone who was very diligent about getting those routine checkups. It's very strange for people to be diagnosed with stage 4 cancer right off the bat, I can imagine too. So what was going through your head when you heard the words, you have cancer?
Well, of course, obviously shock and sadness and why and all the questions. And, even after we got the stage 4, it just kept getting, diagnosed to the next stage, each step in the process. First, weirdly, I thought, I don't have to lose my hair because I didn't have to do IV chemo because it had spread. I didn't really, think about that was my initial reaction. And then since then, it's just it's just life. I have to put one foot in front of each other and put a smile on my face and do the best I can in trying to reach out and help others. One, just in the nature of being a nurse, I tend to kind of reach out to those breast cancer patients when I'm around them, and, not shove my story down their throat, but I try and, see what kind of help or anything I can do to help them.
And that's really, really important right now because we were talking, you work in a hospital. Things are very strange right now with a pandemic going on. It's unimaginable to have to deal with cancer treatments in the first place, but cancer treatments during COVID. So what do you say to people that become newly diagnosed right now?
Well, I guess I just do my best. I encourage them to, you know, there's no visitors in the hospital right now, so that's been really hard for patients with any kind of diagnosis, you know, especially cancer, you know, and there's elderly and people coming in, and I just try and, you know, hold their hand and tell them they're in the right place and they've got the right people taking care of them. And remember that you know, what they're having done today and they're terrified about is an everyday job for those surgeons. And that doesn't mean they take it lightly. It's just that that's their job. And you have to trust that you're in the right hands. And I guess part of that for me is because I worked at UW my entire nursing career and also being now a patient there, I mean, I was very fortunate to really feel trust right out of the gate with my providers. And I just try and instill that in patients that I come across, or just tell them, remind them that the surgeon they have is like, you're in the best hands there are. And, you know, and it's not done in a fake way or not a compassionate way. I truly mean it. And, you know, I just try and provide support for them.
We're lucky to live in an area with such good doctors and wonderful nurses like you too.
Absolutely.
And last thing, really quick, I know that you still have a name for your cancer.
Yes, I do. I every 6 months still get scans, and my status quo after my scans is always stable Mabel, and we're still stable Mabel 4 years. And I promised my kids we'd get a new shirt at 5 years, and maybe that'll be part of my team.
I cannot wait to see you and your new shirt, hopefully in person next May. Fingers crossed.
Great. Well, we can't wait to get out there and do a little walking for the Susan G. Komen and try and raise some money and keep those people in the labs, you know, creating new things and new cures and medications that can help people. And I'm just trying to do my part.
Well, get out there today. You certainly are. Lori, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
This morning's More Than Pink walk at KomenWisconsin.org. And the great thing about a virtual walk is that you can do it wherever, whenever is warmest. And that's certainly something to think about today. Erin is tracking our roller coaster temperatures next. But first, as we go to break, let's take a look at who's turning 3 years old today. Happy birthday, Aubrey, rocking those shades, and everyone else celebrating.
Look Who's 3 is sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
Your local Monk's Bar and Grill is open for dine-in guests and convenient takeout. Come visit Monk's and enjoy award-winning apps, burgers, and more while dining safely with us. Visit monksbarandgrill.com to order online and easily view our menus.
Democrats enabled riots across America, even in small towns.
So we just have officers that can only monitor it. They can't do anything about it. But officers can do to get
out of here, okay?
Ma'am, are they actually sitting on or standing in the car right now?
My car. And I got a little girl in the car crying. Are you kidding me? This is insane.
Let the police do their jobs. On November 3rd, vote Trump. Restoration PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
If you elect me, your taxes are going to be raised, not cut.
What does that mean for you? Household incomes down $6,500 a year. Higher gas prices at the pump and utility bills at home.
And here's how it works. I'm going to raise taxes.
Small businesses pay more. 5 million jobs lost.
You're going to get a tax raise.
An economy in ruins. That's what Joe Biden's tax increase means for you.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Be one of 20 homeowners who receive special savings on a gorgeous new bath or shower. Zip code and location are important. Now's the time to call. Upgrade your bathroom with a new tub-to-shower conversion. Add shelves, grab bars, and a safety seat. And doesn't this look relaxing? Our walk-in tubs offer easy access and hydrotherapy massage. Don't wait to call. Final days for 20 homeowners who need a new bath or shower to save with 75% off labor, plus 60 months no interest, and a bonus $100 Walmart gift card with purchase. Remember, we'll compensate you for your time. Last chance to call during this program for the $50 Amazon gift card with your free in-home estimate. Throughout Madison and South Central Wisconsin, have your zip code and location ready to qualify. Dial 608-729-4466. That's 608-729-4466.
Take a break from cooking at home and order takeout from your local Monk's Bar and Grill. Monk's is offering curbside pickup takeout service for your safety and convenience during these difficult times. Visit monksbarandgrill.com for takeout menus and online ordering.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Welcome back on the Saturday morning. We have a bit of cloud cover in place this morning, and that's going to be honestly the trend for much of the weekend, as we will see the chilly temperatures and also some rain and snow showers building in for the day on Sunday. Right now in Madison, we have the clouds in place. Temperatures are into the 30s. We're at 34 degrees now. The wind is light, and it's going to stay fairly light through most of today, picking up about 5 to 10 miles per hour for this afternoon. Otherwise, we're basically stuck in the 30s all day today and for tomorrow. Today's high topping out right around 40 degrees this afternoon. Across southern Wisconsin, most of us are into the 30s. The exception is to the north and west, where we had clear skies, down to 28 degrees now in Viroqua, 32 in the Dells, 37 in Janesville, 34 in Watertown. Off to our west, we have a bit of winter weather that's going to be developing for today into Sunday and Monday across South Dakota and into Nebraska. That area in purple around Sioux Falls, that is a winter weather advisory. Expecting about 3 to 6 inches of snow accumulation. In the pink, a winter storm warning, as they could actually see over 6 inches going into Sunday and Monday. Meanwhile, down in Colorado, they still have those fires burning to the north and west of Denver. The east troublesome fire that's been ongoing for the last few days. Good news is for the firefighters that are battling the fires, they're going to be expecting some snowfall accumulation, so a lot of moisture building into northern Colorado. That should actually help the overall situation out there. We can already see some of that snow flying into parts of Wyoming, into South Dakota and Minnesota. Overall, this morning, the snow is on the lighter side, and eventually some of that is going to build into Wisconsin for Sunday. So here's how it plays out on Future Track. We'll see a little bit of sunshine this afternoon. Otherwise, a mostly cloudy sky for today. More clouds coming in for tonight as our temperatures drop down into the 20s and 30s. But watch what happens as we go to midday on Sunday. Light snow overspreading southern Wisconsin. It's going to be on the light side, so we're not really expecting a lot in the way of snow accumulation. This is what our models are showing. Generally less than an inch, if that, and it's honestly only going to accumulate on the grass. So really not expecting much in the way of travel issues for the day on Sunday and Monday. Today, though, we will stay dry. 40 degrees your high. A look at our extended forecast showing the rain and snow building in on Sunday and Monday. Highs only into the upper 30s. We'll keep that going for Tuesday with a high near 38 degrees, back to the 40s by Wednesday. We dry out, start to warm up just a little bit heading into Halloween. High around 47. Wouldn't be surprised if we bump it up to 50. So not looking too bad for the last day of October and going into November now.
It's still a little chilly though, but you gave me a little sneak peek of your Halloween costume. I won't give it away and tell everyone what it is, but you are covered up and it seems like you'll be comfortable.
Yeah, definitely warm in that costume for sure.
I'm from the Chicago area, and one year one of my best friends dressed up as a hula dancer, and it was a year that we needed winter coats. So, you know, I always know that has to be a consideration for folks here.
So you got to put the coat over the costume. It's like, are you really wearing a costume then?
Well, ruins it a little bit, but the fun of living in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Well, let's keep the Halloween fun going with a look at how costumes are changing this year as a result of the pandemic. Plus, next, we'll show you the hottest Halloween decoration of the year. It's one a lot of people are having trouble finding, and no, it's not a ghost. Find out what's making this giant skeleton so elusive.
Introducing the Fall Parade of Homes, exclusively sponsored by Nuns. Safely tour a vast array of expertly crafted homes from top builders across the area. Meet the builders, discover new design trends. Visit MadisonParadeOfHomes.com for more information.
It's Chevy Truck Month. It's Deck Building Month. It's Toy Hauling Month. It's Explore New Ground Month. It's the month to get things done. Make it your own and make every month Chevy Truck Month.
Get a total value of $5,500 on this 2020 Silverado Crew Cab pickup. Plus, now during Truck Month, get a $1,000 accessory allowance towards the purchase of eligible accessories. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Hey, it's Shackleford.
Did you say Shackleford?
Yeah, they replaced my old furnace with a new Carrier furnace. You know, turn to the experts.
Oh, Shackleford. They fixed my furnace with no surprises.
Did someone say Shackleford?
Shackleford. Book your fall maintenance check today.
Here's how my plan works. Anyone making less than $400,000 a year won't pay a penny more. But I'm going to ask the very big corporations to pay their fair share. We're going to invest in creating millions of good-paying jobs. We're going to ease the burden of the major costs in your life. Healthcare. We're going to protect Social Security, increase the benefits for millions of seniors. When I announced I was running, I said that's the reason, to rebuild the backbone of this country. Hard-working folks in the middle class. I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Right now at Steinhoffel's, it's the summer of sleep. Get $300 in Steinhoffel's instant bonus cash and free delivery with any Tempur-Pedic mattress set. Plus special financing for 60 months. Steinhoffel's has the new Tempur-Breeze with next-generation cooling technology. You'll sleep up to 8 degrees cooler all night long. So sleep cooler. Get 0% financing, $300 in Steinhoffel's bonus cash, and free delivery with a new Tempur-Breeze mattress set. Only at Steinhoffel's and Steinhoffel's Mattress.
I'm a mom, a grandma, and a business owner. Our family repaired 3 barns and a 100-year-old farmhouse for our small business. I was raised to believe in hard work and that a person's word is sacred. As your assemblywoman, I'll work hard for our small towns and family farms, to rebuild our schools and main streets, and be your fiscal watchdog to make sure our tax dollars come back to work for us here at home.
Introducing the Fall Parade of Homes, exclusively sponsored by Nuns. Safely tour a vast array of expertly crafted homes from top builders across the area. Meet the builders, discover new design trends. Visit MadisonParadeOfHomes.com for more information.
Medicare Advantage from Dean Health Plan. Enroll at DeanCare.com. Medicare Advantage.
Finally this morning, with Halloween right around the corner and apparently right over my shoulder too, parents and their kids are still planning their celebrations, even if they'll look a little different. Our photojournalist Abby Schinderly talked to several local families who aren't letting the pandemic get in the way of their fun.
You can't cancel Halloween.
A lot of Halloween plans might look a little different this year because of the pandemic, but costumes will not be one of them.
It's just fun.
Employees at Halloween Express say they were uncertain how the pandemic would affect business this year. But despite their concerns, costume sales have stayed strong.
I think even if you're just in a group with, your wife, your kids, your pets, that dressing up can make you just feel better.
Many Madison kids still plan on wearing their costumes trick-or-treating, although with some COVID-friendly adjustments, like adding a mask.
I think it's important that kids go out and have fun. Even in the midst of a pandemic, there's safer and smarter ways to do it.
Employees say wearing a costume allows people to return to a sense of normalcy. Customers say dressing up will help them celebrate the holiday while staying safe.
It's not boring. It's something different, and something that small can feel big.
In Madison, Abby Schinderly, News 3 Now.
Doctors are asking everyone to wear masks with their costumes too, and they mean face coverings like these, not costume masks. They're also reminding you never to put a costume mask over your cloth mask because that can make it hard to breathe, especially for kids. And whether or not you have kids, it's always nice to put up some holiday decorations. But this year's hottest holiday decor is something no one can find. It's a 12-foot, 90-pound plastic and metal skeleton with battery-powered blinking LED moving eyes, and it's sold out across the country. It was initially sold by Home Depot for $300, but it was sold out on the company's website and physical stores all the way back in September. So you can now find them on eBay Forget this, more than $1,500. No way I'm shelling out that much money
I know,
for a Halloween decoration. A Christmas tree, maybe.
A Christmas tree, yeah, maybe. But like, who needs the 12-foot skeleton? I don't know.
Apparently, a lot of people, because they're sold out.
Yeah, well, it's going to be feeling like Halloween as we go towards the end of the week. We're looking at the chance for some rain and snow showers building in for tomorrow. And minor accumulations are expected, generally less than 1 inch, but otherwise just a chilly forecast.
Have a great day.